We'll get into the trailer now through the rear doors. Show you how these latches work with that. Also with the key. This will be the silver key on for the master lock for your set of keys, and you just rotate that lock up and out to release the lock. You have to spin the latch up and then open the bar, and then we'll tie these back. Once you have the doors open, you're going to want to latch them into place so that they're not blowing back and forth in the wind and it's maybe possibly hurting somebody. So we have a latch on the bottom that snaps in to a pin on there on the bottom here, and to release that, then you press this latch down and lift your ring up to release it. And we'll talk about the trailer, how it's set up inside and where things are stored and what all we've got available to you. First thing we'll talk about is where the table is stored. It's got a rail in the bottom to keep it from kicking out. The display boards for the Rainfall Simulator are stored behind the table. When you put the table in, you want to make sure that the bracket that holds the water tower is to the front of the trailer, since there's not enough room on this side to put that. And the bungee cords, you'll just release the bungee cord, lean the table out, and pull the equipment out there. And this is storage for the tower. These clamps are fairly tight to keep the parts in place, and so you'll want to pull it out from the bottom first. You release it from the bottom and then the top, and it'll come out a lot easier. For the head part of it, we recommend that you swing this part of it out and then pop it loose. We'll get into that later in the session as far as how to set the simulator up and use it in a demonstration. So that's where the tires hangs. On this side of the trailer, you have two hoses. One's a short hose to hook to the simulator, and one is a supply hose to get you to your water system. This can either be hooked up to a house hydrant or a hydrant, or you can hook it up for your water system. You have a complete water system on the trailer. We also have a few hooks here. These can be added on to. We also have some tie downs for those hooks that are adjustable that can be moved back and forth by loosening that up and sliding that and shifting that. This side of the trailer is mostly to hang equipment and tie things down. This is the back of the TV box. To adjust these rings, you push that in and slide it over. You can remove it by pulling the pin out of the circle, and then you can slide those around and lock them in place. And we've supplied several of those. The trash bins are for your soil storage. If you're got soils that you like to work with, and you can fill those with those soils and then have them so that you have a consistent presentation as we go. On this side of the trailer is your storage area. The top is just general storage for whatever other demonstrations or literature or whatever you need for it. There's quite a bit of space up there. Right now we have a basket of parts that used with the simulations and that sort of thing. There's an extra set of straps for the tie downs here. We also have the tripod for the GoPro camera or whatever else you can use that for. That's a wide open cabinet at the top, so there's plenty of space in there. For the pan storage, we use this cabinet. There's also a sample cutter that slides in here. To remove that, there's a hole in the top of this frame. You slide this pin up there and drop it in here, and the pin catches that and holds that in. There's storage pans. There's an extra set of pans. You actually have 10 pans for your demonstrations, so if you're doing multiple demonstrations, you can have enough pans that you could set up 2 different setups and not have to stop and do that during your presentation. For this purposes, we have in the front 4 pans, and the bottom one here we have the other components for the simulator, the infiltration tray, there's the jar bracket, and then the funnel and the cover for that. And that's a pretty decent place to store those so that you can have that all together. You also notice that we've got everything in the trailers either is washable and easy to take care of. And everything is heavy duty enough that if you want to store your soils in some of the pans or take some of your samples along with you, and you can safely secure those in these trays and be able to transport them without damage to the equipment. The second is another just storage cabinet, and it's open all the way through. And then in the bottom cabinet, there's a water tank. This is a 63-gallon water tank that should be able to do 1 or 2 demonstrations and do the cleanup on that. It has a 7, almost an 8-gallon per minute water pump on it that will pump plenty of water for your system. Going on around the trailer, we have a basket. The reason we put this in is you usually come out of a demonstration, you got a lot of wet equipment that you may not have time to stow away like it needs to be, and so you can drop your jars or some other things with that. This also zips out and will give you another 6 inches or so of storage in that. That's a pretty handy tool. Here's your HDMI, your 50-foot HDMI cable on this hook up front up here. The next cabinet is just another open cabinet for storage. That's where the handles are for the front jack crank, and also your stabilizer jacks. Those can be stored about anywhere. The overhead cabinets, right now we have them with the jars for your simulator. And we put the jars in a felt bag so that it helps to keep them from getting scratched up. And there's plenty of room for other equipment as well. It's also outfit with two drawers. That's where we store a lot of the electrical components and some of the valves and your manuals and that sort of thing. The computer will probably go in here. There's a laptop computer. Here's your HDMI plug, so when you're working off the computer, you plug that in and that directly goes to the TV. Also a power outlet for equipment inside the TV. The drawers also have a locking latch on it, which is recommended for transport. Otherwise the drawers will slide back and forth and possibly throw things out of the equipment, or some of your equipment out of the drawers. On these overhead cabinets, there's another set of cabinets here. This door here has got another shelf in it that also gives you access to the electrical components inside the lower cabinet.